picture this. You're out there, pouring your heart into a relationship, doing everything you can to make it work. You're the guy showing up, putting in the time, the effort, hell, maybe even the cash. And what do you get back? Barely a nod, maybe a half-hearted thanks if you're lucky. Sound familiar? I bet it does. Most of us have been there, chasing someone who doesn't see us, hoping they'll wake up one day and realize what they've got. It's like watering a plant that's already dead, but you keep at it, thinking it'll bloom. Here's the cold, hard truth, my friend. A woman who truly values you doesn't make you guess. She doesn't leave you dangling, wondering if you're enough. Her actions, those little, everyday choices, will scream louder than any words ever could. But what if she doesn't value you? That's a different story. She won't shove you out the door. Nah, that's too easy. Instead, she'll keep you close enough to feel useful, but never close enough to feel wanted. And us guys, we're champs at fooling ourselves, aren't we? We tell ourselves, if I just hang in there, she'll see me. She'll change. We double down, try harder, and give more, like it's some test we can ace if we grit our teeth long enough. But let me hit you with a Stoic truth. You can't control her. You can't make her value you. What can you control? How you respond. See, the Stoics, those old-school wise guys, taught us something simple. Focus on what's in your hands, not what's slipping through your fingers. Her respect, that's on her. Your dignity, that's on you. Too many of us get stuck, man. We cling to this idea of what could be, ignoring what is. The reality staring us down like a brick wall. We waste months, years even, on someone who treats us like a spare tire. And the kicker, she's not even hiding it. A woman who doesn't value you shows it every day. In the way she brushes you off, takes without giving, or saves her best for someone else. You're not blind, you just don't want to see it. But here's where it gets good. You don't have to stay in that mess. You're not a doormat, not a backup plan, not some guy begging for scraps. You're a man with a spine, and it's time to stand up straight. This video's going to lay it out. 4 dead-on signs she doesn't value you, straight from the real world, no sugarcoating. We're talking behaviors you've probably seen, but never clocked till now. Why bother? Because you deserve better than chasing shadows. The Stoics would say, don't waste your energy on what doesn't serve your peace. Walk away from what dims your fire. Simple as that. So stick with me. We're diving into the messy stuff, how she acts, what it means, and why you've got to stop letting it slide. By the end, you'll know exactly when to cut the cord and take your power back. Stick around till the end of this video, guys. I've got one more big sign about her you won't want to miss. Trust me, it's worth it. Oh, and if you're vibing with this, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and drop a comment. I'm all ears. She should be all about you, right? Let's roll. 1. She uses you, but respects another man. Imagine this, fellas. You're the guy she calls when her car breaks down on a rainy night. You drop everything, grab your keys, and haul across town to get her home safe. Next week, she's crying about her boss, so you listen. hours on the phone, being her rock. But then you see it. Friday rolls around and she's all dolled up, laughing at some other dude's jokes, giving him that warm smile you've never gotten, not once. She's got time for him, respect in her eyes, while you're just the fix-it guy on speed dial. Here's the deal. A woman who values you doesn't treat you like a toolbox she pulls out when she's in a jam. She doesn't save her best for someone else while you're stuck patching her life together. Her choices, who she leans on, who she admires, lay it all bare, plain as day. Let's break it down with a story. Picture Mike, a solid guy, is always there for his buddy Sarah. Her tires flat? Mike's there with a jack. Rent's late. He's slipping her a few bucks, no questions asked. She calls him my hero, and he buys it, thinks he's building something real. Then, one night, he spots her at a bar. She's glowing, hanging on every word from some slick guy in a leather jacket. Mike's name doesn't even come up. She's too busy shining for someone who didn't lift a finger for her. The next day, her sink's busted. Guess who's back on the phone? Mike's her go-to, but not her prize. Now, why does she do this? It's not just cold calculation. Sometimes it's instinct. She leans on you because you're steady and reliable, like an old truck that never quits. But that other guy, he's the wild card, the one who stirs something in her, and that's who gets her respect. The Stoics would nod at this. They'd say, look at what you can control, not her heart. You can't force her to see your worth. She either does or she doesn't. What's in your hands? How do you let her treat you? That's where your power lies. Too many of us fall into Mike's trap. We think, she needs me, so I matter. But needing your help and valuing your soul? Two different planets, my friend. She might lean on you till the cows come home, but if she's not lifting you up too, it's a one-way street. And here's the kicker, she's not hiding it. When she's texting you for a favor at 2 a.m. and then posting pics with him at brunch, that's not confusion, that's clarity. She knows you'll give, so she takes. She knows he won't, so she chases. So what do? The Stoics would keep it simple. Don't waste your energy on what doesn't serve you. If she's using you like a doormat while rolling out the red carpet for someone else, you don't argue, you don't beg, you walk. Stop being her safety net, her ATM, her late-night shrink. You're not here to prop up her life while she builds one with him. A woman who values you doesn't just take, she gives, because she sees you, not what you can do. Next time she calls with a crisis, ask yourself, would she do this for me? If the answer's no, and you know it, let that phone ring. Your time, your heart, your strength, those are yours to guard, not hers to borrow. This is your wake-up call, man. You're not her servant. You're a man worth respecting. Step back, let her figure it out, and save your fire for someone who'll match it. Hey, if this hit home for you, smash that like button. It keeps the good stuff coming. Subscribe if you're ready to level up your game, and drop a comment below. What's one way you've taken your power back lately? Let's build each other up. I'm reading every word. 2. She pretends to like you, but never chooses you. A flirty, Hey you here, a heart emoji there, enough to make you think there's something brewing. But when you ask her out, it's always, oh, I'm swamped, or maybe next time. Then you hear it through the grapevine. She's out with some other guy, same week, no hesitation. Dressed up, laughing, all in, while you're still staring at your phone, waiting for next time to come. That sting? That's her keeping you on a leash, never letting you off, never letting you in. Here's the raw truth. A woman who values you doesn't dangle you like a fish on a line. She doesn't play sweet just to keep you spinning in circles. If she's into you, she jumps. She doesn't leave you guessing till you're dizzy. Let's paint a picture. Meet Jake, a stand-up guy who's been chatting up Lisa for months. She's all smiles in their texts, tells him he's special, drops hints about someday. He buys it and plans a date, but she's got excuses stacked like a deck of cards, work, friends, you name it. Then Saturday hits. Jake's buddy spots Lisa at the movies, arm in arm with a guy who barely tries. She's giggling, leaning in, while Jake's at home refreshing her last "I'm busy" message. Monday rolls around and she's back, texting him like nothing's up, asking how his weekend was. Why does she do this? It's not just games, it's deeper. She's got a hunger for control, a need to feel wanted. You're her safety net, the guy she knows won't bolt, the one who'll wait while she hunts for her real prize. She craves the thrill of chasing someone who doesn't care, someone she can't lock down. And you're too safe, too steady. She feeds off your patience, knowing you'll stick around, hoping for a scrap of what she's tossing elsewhere. That's the knife twist. She's not confused. She's choosing, and it's not you. The Stoics saw this clear as day. They'd say, her heart's a storm you can't tame. Let it rage. You can't make her want you. That's her chaos to wrestle. What's yours? Your choice to stand tall or keep crawling after her shadow. Feel that ache? That's her stringing you along, month after month, draining your fire. You're not her, maybe someday. You're her, never quite enough. She's betting on your hope, banking on your loyalty, while she's auditioning for someone else's stage. And she's not subtle. Those half-baked replies, those dodged plans, they're screaming it. You're the guy she keeps warm on the back burner, not the one she's cooking for. Every "I'm not ready" is a spotlight on her truth. She's ready, just not for you. So what's the move? The Stoics cut through the noise. Don't chase what doesn't run toward you. If she's got one foot out the door, holding you with a pinky while she reaches for him, don't beg for her grip. Drop the rope. Walk away. You're not here to be her placeholder, her ego boost, her rainy day pal. A woman who values you doesn't tease you with maybe. She locks you in with yes. Next time she texts you a crumb, ask, is this worth my soul? If it's no, let it fade. This is your line in the sand, man. You're not a puppet, you're a king worth claiming. Step out of her orbit, reclaim your ground, and save your strength for what's real. Hey, if this lit a spark, hit that like button. Let's keep the fire going. Subscribe if you're done settling, and drop a comment. What's one time you walked away and felt unstoppable? Let's lift each other up. I'm all in for your stories. 3. She tests you to see how weak you are. She cancels your dinner plans last minute. No, sorry, just a shrug. You brush it off, saying, no big deal, hoping she'll see your cool side. Next time, she leaves your texts hanging for days, and then you jump when she finally replies. Here's where it stings. She's not just busy, she's watching. She flakes again, this time in front of friends. Maybe cracks a jab at you, and you laugh it off like it's nothing. That's not a slip, it's a shove, testing how far she can push before you push back. The truth is, a woman who values you doesn't toy with your spine. She might test you. Sure, that's human. But it's to see your strength, not to measure how much you'll bend. Her moves tell the story. Is she building with you or breaking you down? Let's paint it real. Picture Tom, a good dude, has been seeing Kelly for a while. She bails on their hike, says she's tired, but he catches her Instagram story, out with pals, all smiles. He lets it slide, texting her later, hope you're good. She doesn't reply till Tuesday, and he's right back at it. Then it ramps up. At a party, she mocks his old truck, loud, with everyone laughing. Tom grins and plays it off, thinking he's keeping the peace. But Kelly's not testing his grit. She's digging for his breaking point, seeing how low he'll bow. Here's the difference. A healthy test. She might nudge you to stand taller, like asking your opinion, watching if you hold your ground. That's respect, a spark to sharpen you both. But this is malice. She's not lifting you up, she's stacking weight till you crack, hunting for proof you'll take anything she dishes out. Why? She's wired for it, partly. The Stoics would say it's nature. People probe what's solid. But her motive flips the script. If she values you, she tests to trust you. If she doesn't, she's carving out how much disrespect she can smuggle past your gate. And that's the gut punch. Every time you let it slide, every "it's fine", every forced chuckle, she learns you're a sponge, soaking up her spills. You're not her rock anymore. You're her rug, and she's wiping her feet clean. The Stoics cut deep here. You can't steer her soul, only your own. Her pushing, that's her storm. Are you bending? That's your choice. You don't control her barbs, but you damn sure control whether you stand or fold. Feel that weight. That's her piling on, testing if you'll snap or slink away. She's not building a bond. She's chiseling at your core, betting you won't flinch. Every ignored text, every jab you swallow, it's a brick on your back, until you're crushed or you drop it. So what's your play? The Stoics keep it clean. Don't wrestle with what doesn't honor you. If she's poking to see you bleed, not to see you rise, step out of the ring. You don't explain, you don't plead. You walk, head high, boots firm. You're not her punching bag, her doormat, or her yes man. A woman who values you tests to forge something real, not to grind you down. Next time she prods, cancels, mocks, ignores, pause and ask, is this sharpening me or shaving me thin? This is your stand, man. You're not here to crumble. You're built to rise. Let her push the wind if she wants. Your roots don't sway for that. Save your steel for someone who meets your strength, not mines it. Hey, if this struck a chord, smash that like button. Let's keep the steel sharp. Subscribe if you're claiming your ground, and drop a comment. What's one time you stood tall and owned your worth? Let's stack strength together. I'm reading every line. 4. She keeps you around while chasing someone else. You're her late-night call when she's down, spilling her worries over a glass of wine. You're there, steady, thinking you're her anchor, until you spot her the next day, radiant, chasing a guy across the bar with eyes that never land on you like that. She doesn't cut you loose. She keeps you tethered, a quiet harbor for her storms. But her heart's sailing elsewhere, hunting a spark that isn't yours. That's the burn. You're her dock, not her destination. A woman who values you doesn't split her compass. She points it true, toward you, not some fleeting flame she's racing to catch. If she's docking with you, but rowing for him, she's already charted her course, and you're not it. Take Ray, a solid man, always on deck for Jess. She vents about her ex, leans on him for advice, and he's there. Late texts, coffee runs, the works. He figures he's her rock, building something steady. Then Friday hits. He sees her at the pier, hair tossed by the wind, laughing with a guy in a sharp coat. She's alive, electric, nothing like the weary voice he gets at midnight. This isn't just using you like in part 1. That was her taking your tools. It's not the string along of part 2, teasing someday, nor the testing shove from part 3, probing your spine. This is her planting you in the shallows while she dives for deeper waters. Her choice laid bare. Why? She's torn by desire. She craves the chase, the wild wind of someone untamed. You're her calm shore, safe but still. She hoards your warmth, fearing the cold if he slips away. That's the twist. She's not lost. She's hedging her bets, and you're the fallback she won't name. The Stoics would stare this down. Her path's her own. You steer yours. You can't reel her back from that horizon. What's yours? The helm of your ship, sail or sink. Her chase isn't your chain. Cut the anchor. Feel that hollow? That's her mooring you in place while her sails catch his breeze. You're not her captain. You're her buoy, bobbing while she rides another wave. Every call she makes to you is a knot tighter, until you're tangled, not treasured. So what's the play? The Stoics say, don't moor where the tide pulls away. If she's anchored you while chasing him, don't wait for her wake. Cast off. You're not her shadow, her safety raft, her second shore. Step off the dock. A woman who values you sails beside you, not past you. Next time she leans in, ask, am I her voyage or her harbor? If it's the latter, turn the helm. You're a man of the sea, not a post she ties to. Sail for open water. Hey, if this stirred your sails, hit that like button. Let's keep the winds strong. Subscribe if you're steering your course, and drop a comment. When did you cut an anchor and feel the freedom? Let's ride the tide together. I'm catching every wave. All right, guys, here's your bonus gift. something extra to chew on. 5. She only wants you when she's losing. Imagine this. She's a ghost when life's golden. You text and call. She's too busy, brushing you off like dust on her sleeve. Then, boom, her world cracks. The guy she chased dumps her, and suddenly you're her lifeline again. She's all tears, late night pleas. I miss you. Words she never spared when the sun was up. But when the clouds clear, she's gone again, chasing the next shiny thing. That's the gift's reveal. She only runs to you when her deck's empty. You're her ace in a pinch. A woman who values you doesn't save you for the fallout. She's there in the light, not just clawing for your hand when the dark hits. This isn't a slip. It's her compass flipping back when the needle's lost. Take Chris, a steady guy, always in Amy's orbit. She's hot and cold. Weeks of silence when she's on top, partying with the crowd. No time for his, "Hey, how's it going?" Then her big fling crashes. She's dumped, humiliated, sobbing on his couch till 3 a.m., swearing he's the one. Chris bites, lends his shoulder, his ears, thinking she's finally seen him. 2 weeks later, she's back out, glowing with a new guy, while Chris scrolls her posts, wondering why his phone's dry again. This isn't about testing your steel like part 3 or docking you like part 4. It's her diving for your raft when her ship sinks, then swimming away once the shore's in sight. She's not torn, she's surviving, and you're her lifeboat till the storm passes. The Stoics would lean in. Her waves don't rule your tide, hold your shore. You can't stop her sinking spells. What's yours? The choice to toss the rope or row on. She's not your burden. Her chaos isn't your chain. Feel that jolt. That's her crashing in only when she's capsized, leaving you adrift when she's afloat. You're not her lighthouse. You're her flare gun, fired when she's lost, shelved when she's found. Every "I need you" is a hook, until she's hooked elsewhere. So here's your gift of wisdom, straight from the Stoics. Don't anchor where the wreck drifts. If she only wants you when she's drowning, don't be her buoy. Cut the line. You're not her savior, her rebound, or her storm shelter. Stand firm. A woman who values you shines for you steady, not just when her sky falls. Next time she washes up, ask, am I her rock or her raft? If it's the raft, let her float. You're a man of iron, not a patch for her leaks. Forge your own path. Hey, if this bonus lit you up, smash that like button. Let's keep the gifts flowing. Subscribe if you're holding your tide, and drop a comment. When do you dodge a wreck and find your steel? Let's forge ahead together. I'm here for every spark. Here's the bedrock truth, fellas. It all boils down to this. A woman either honors your worth or she doesn't. No gray, no haze, just the raw cut of her actions. If she uses you, strings you along, tests your breaking point, or keeps you as a shadow while chasing another flame, she's carved her answer in stone. You're not her anchor, you're her afterthought. Why does this keep happening? The Stoics would point the mirror back. It's not just her, it's you. Every time you swallow her slights, nod at her excuses, or wait for her crumbs. You teach her your worth bends. She doesn't shift because she doesn't have to. Your silence hands her the chisel. But here's the deeper cut. This isn't her burden to lift. Your soul's weight rests in your grip, not hers. Imagine a man, years deep, chasing a flicker that never warms him. He gives time, heart, steel, while she takes, drifts, and returns only when her fires dim. One day, he stops, not out of spite, but clarity. He sees she's a wind he can't hold, and he's a forge that doesn't need her breath to burn. That's the Stoic turn. You don't control her gales, you stoke your own flame. So here's your stand. Respect yourself first, or no one will. Walk away, not to wound her, but to wield your core. The moment you stop clutching at shadows, you'll feel the ground shift. Not because she changes, but because you do. A life forged in self-worth doesn't beg for her nod. It glows on its own terms. The Stoics knew it. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. Don't waste them on her storms. You're built for more. A man who honors his own iron draws the same in return. Step into that truth and watch the world bend toward your fire. Hey, if this forged a spark in you, hit that like button. Let's keep the heat alive. Subscribe if you're ready to stoke your flame, and drop a comment. What weight did you drop to stand taller in your truth? Stick around. We'll forge more in the next video. See you there, brothers.